take a look at what is happening between Marcus Rashford and Barcelona. On Wednesday, Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein broke the news that Barcelona have tabled a bid around 80 million euros to sign Anthony Gordon from Newcastle. And ever since this news came up, there has been a lot of controversies, a lot of confusion as to why will Barcelona leave Marcus Rashford and sign Anthony Gordon for a fee as high as 80 million euros. Since they already have an agreement in place with Manchester United to sign Marcus Rashford on a permanent basis for as low as 30 million euros. Logically, if you try to think about it, it does not make sense, and a lot of people cannot fathom as to why Barca will make this decision. But in this video, we are going to dive deep into it and let you understand the reason behind this decision and what is likely to happen. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and also give me a follow if you're watching on TikTok. And don't forget to also like and share for the algorithm. I really appreciate your support, and thank you for helping me build this community since I started. I really appreciate it. So let's take a look at it. Marcus Rashford joined Barcelona last season for a loan, and ever since he played for them, despite injuries here and there, he managed to contribute around 28 goals and assists for Barcelona, helping them to win the La Liga title for the second time in a row. However, on Wednesday, they decided to take their attention towards Anthony Gordon and sign him from Newcastle. And this has raised a lot of eyebrows because logically it doesn't make sense to pay as high as 80 million euros for Gordon whilst ignoring Rashford. But you have to understand that the finances in football is quite different. There is something we call amortization in football. So amortization in football simply means the finances involving the cost of the transfer of players within the period that they are signed and they stay at a club. So for example, if you take a look at the case of Anthony Gordon, he will be costing Barcelona around 80 million euros. But from reports, he has signed a 5-year deal. And if you have to divide the 80 million euros by 5, it means that he will cost around 16 million euros per year for the amortization cost. On the contrary, if they decide to trigger the permanent deal clause for Marcus Rashford, which is the 30 million euros, and they decide to offer him a 2-year or 3-year permanent deal. So in the worst case scenario, let's say 2-year contract, the amortization